US dollar Asia investment fixed income is growing very faster in the past 10 years. Yeah. We can see it's growing 4.5 times compared to the 2009. And the market cap now is near 900 billion US dollar. Yeah. According to JP Morgan's estimate that the US-China bonds is swelled to the 459 billion next year, and is account for more than 50% of the Asia US dollar fixed income market. And we can also see the new issue in the Asian market. The US dollar bond market new issue from China now is from the 11% in 2010 to 54% in the 2018. Yeah, it's reached half of the market in 2006. Yeah. Now, including the Hong Kong, China credit market recorded 60% of the total new issue in Asia in 2018. Yeah. So we can find that China US dollar market is getting more and more weight in the Asia fixed income markets. Yeah. And we can see that according to the JP Morgan Asia Credit Index, the high yield corporate excluded financial market cap in the Asia is 141 billion US dollar in 2018. And we can also see the rating spread is 1/3 is double B, another 1/3 is a single B, and the rest is the non-rating bonds. And in the sector breakdown, we can find that over 50% is in the real estate. And others, we can find also on consumer and TMT sectors also have 9% each. And we can also find that in US dollar Asian high yield, now the China high yield property and account for 68% of the outstanding China high yield bonds. Yeah. So we can find that more than half of the China Asia high yield is from the China, and more than 65% the sector is from the China property. Okay. Let's run and we will do the market review of the past 1 year. Yeah, what happened in the 2018? Yeah, in 2018, the China high yield market suffered a lot. So I think it's from 2010 since the RMB liberalization, and we can see in 2011, and we can see the 2 months collapse in the China US dollar fixed income market, and so on. And every 1 year or 2 years, we can see 1 month or 2 months is the crashing in the market, but it will rebound soon and recover the loss very soon. But last year is different. What happened last year? In the beginning, at the beginning of 2018, we see the yield is very low. Including to the index, it's only 5.5% at the beginning of 2018. it means that the yield is low and the price is very high. And later on, we find oversupplies starting from the February 2018 and until April. So we can find that the oversupply makes the price going down and down, the yield goes up. And in April, we also find another thing that impacts the US dollar with Asia high yield. That because the US dollar appreciates a lot in the middle of the April, and make the emerging market has collapsed for 1 month until May. And but before that, it's just slowly correction and very little lost. But until in May, they have a new default of the China offshore bonds that China Energy Reserved Chemical Group is the first default bonds in 2018, and people start to panic. So from that on, until the middle of July, it's collapsed very soon, more than the collection of February and April. Also, another reason is because the global trade disputes start, so it also makes the 2018, the rest of 2018 the volatility very high. Yeah. We see that the yield, the price goes up. There's a rebound from the July to September, and but in October it collapsed again. It never happened in the past. So the investors are very worried about what happened, and in 8 October that we see the risk asset all collapse, starting from the US stock market. Later on, the emerging market debt collapse. So it's fall back again. Yeah, but in reverse contrast, in 11, the yield is up to more than 11%. So we can find that it's very attractive level that many investors start to have interest to buy it. So from that on, we can see this first half of 2019 this year, that more and more investors starting buying from the dips, and the credit concern is not severe as they predict. So we only see a few defaults, only 5 defaults in 2008. So so people start to feel comfortable, even though the domestic market still have the concern of default. But it's not spread out to the offshore markets. And we can find that these 5 company is different industry, no sector concentration. And also, it means this is a stand-alone risk, not a systematic risk. And talking about the future, we go to see the policy and the macro outlook. Yeah. In the past 4 years, we see that the U.S. Federal Reserve had 9 times rate hikes. Yeah. So it's just a normalization process. Yeah. But beginning of this year, something changed. That we saw that the Fed from the hawkish to be dovish. And at the June for FOMC meeting, we find that more members vote for rate cuts instead of keep it the same. Yeah, the tone changed a lot and very soon. Yeah. One reason is because the economy have slowed down concerns due to the cross-current effect, including the US and China trade dispute, and also the global economy slowdown. So the chairman Powell they start to change the tone significantly. Yeah, we can find it in the last month's prediction that 8 voted for rate cut. Yeah. And before that, we still see that the members vote for rate hike in the end of 2018. So in the past 6 months, it changed very soon from rate hike to neutral, and then later on to the vote for cut for 8 members. Also, we also see from the news that President Trump give a lot of pressure to the Federal Reserve, and especially on the Chairman Powell. Yeah. So we can see the change. At the beginning, President Trump appraisal that I think that Powell is doing strong commitment and smart. And but until last October, it changed to be it may be a regrets. And this year, whether he's thinking about to get Powell from the chairman seat. So it's also a pressure outside, especially for the economy slowdown concern. And we also see the US economy. Yeah, it's still solid growth, but the inflation is still low. So it's also a concern for the Federal Reserve members, because we never see that when it's a robust growth with a very low unemployment rate, at the same time with very low inflation. Yeah. So it also gives the rooms for the policymaker to cut rate because inflation is still low. And we also see the ISM manufacturing purchasing manager index is slowing down, raised to the 50. It's the is a breaking line that is growth or recession. So this makes that the people start worrying about the U.S. economy slow down faster than expected, even though the unemployment rate is still low. About China. China still this year will use the active fiscal policy. Even though the first quarter this year, the growth is still remain solid. But it is solid because they have a strong fiscal expenditure. Yeah. Government have the off-budget fiscal support is still a driving thing. Yeah. They very actively using the fiscal policy to support the growth to keep it stabilized. Yeah. For the monetary policy, China want to do this stable monetary policy to keep the deleveraging process since 2 years ago. The tone is reasonable MD and as well as the appropriate loose and appropriate tight. So it's not very tight, it will not keep it tight, it's also not very keep it loose. So it's really neutral, but a little bias to the loose because we still need to support the economy. Let's jump to the market outlook. We can find that the Asia high yield fundamental is in the leverage ratio in the 2015 is the peak. Then later on it start to improving. So we can see the leveraging of the Asia corporate is getting down from as high as 9 times till the 4 to 5 times. Yeah. So and we also can find that the higher default rate remained relatively low in 2018, despite some critical trading events. But the concern over the higher default rate is still low. And JP Morgan expected the default remains 2.5% in 2019, as the same as 2018. Still, so means it's not pick up. Yeah. And for this year, they are doing more is the refinance. So the total gross issuer is getting bigger than the past year. But mostly is the refinance. So we see the net supplier is declined compared to last year. So and we can find that the China high yield now have sufficient liquidity for property issuer. For the refinancing this year, we can find that it's 1.5% times amount already raised for the refinance until the end of April this year. So most of the China high yield issuer has secured a fund for the bond will due in this year. And we can also find is sufficient liquidity for the major property issuers in the short run. Yeah. The cash coverage is very high. We can see from the left-hand chart that in this year, the cash to bond maturing this year is 6.6 times, so it totally can cover it. Even cumulated to 2020, is still 2.5 times to cover the matured funds. Now the China high yield is still higher than the rest of the Asia, and Asia still over than the average rate of the U.S. high yield. So from the left chart, we can see that now the China high yield bonds yield is 8.08%. It's just at the average of the past 5 years. Yeah, so still attractive because 8% for the high yield still a very good coupon interest for the investor. And for the conclusion, we believe that the retraction in 2018 provided a very good entry opportunity to buy at low. And the China offshore bonds still keep the current rally for the mid to long term. And the US dollar now, the rates change to become dovish. It also give the risky asset a good support from the liquidity and also from the interest rate level. And we also can find that the China USD high yield issuers still have a low systematic risk, and so the default rate still keep low as last year. And now it has more liquidity coming into this market, and is observed the most refinancing needs in 2019. So we believe that all of these reasons can still support the US dollar China high yield in the midterm. Still have a bullish trend, and in the short term we still have an attractive yield at the average of 5 years. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. James Chu. And I will take a bit wrap up in Thai. สำหรับเรื่องของตัวChina Bond นะคะ High Yield ที่ทาง Mr. James เนี่ยเล่าให้ฟังนะคะหลักๆแล้วเนี่ยก็ต้องยอมรับว่า Fixed Income เองนะคะถือว่าได้รับความสนใจมากขึ้นในรอบ 10 ปีที่ผ่านมานะคะ Market Cap เนี่ยขึ้นมาถึง 900,000 ล้านดอลลาร์สหรัฐนะคะหรือว่าขึ้นมา 4.5 เท่าเมื่อเทียบกับ 10 ปีที่แล้วนะคะแล้วก็ JP Morgan ก็คาดว่าตัว China Bond เองนะคะก็จะเป็นสัดส่วนหรือ 51% ของ Asian Bond Market ทั้งหมดนะคะอย่างไรก็ตามนะคะตัว USD Asian High Yield เนี่ยนะคะมีในส่วนของ China High Yield Property เท่ากับมีในส่วนของ China High Yield Property มากที่สุดเราก็ต้องยอมรับว่าในปี 2018 เองนะคะเราเห็นตลาดเนี่ย collapse ขึ้นมาประมาณสัก 2 ครั้งด้วยกันนะคะแต่ว่าอย่างไรก็ตามในช่วงไตรมาสสุดท้ายนะคะตลาดก็กลับมาได้รับความสนใจอีกครั้งหลังจากยิวเนี่ยปรับพุ่งขึ้นไปถึง 11% ด้วยกันนะคะสำหรับสิ่งที่น่าสนใจนะคะตัวฟีเจอร์ของตัว China High Yield เองนะคะก็มาจากหลายประเด็นโดยเฉพาะปัจจัยภายในประเทศของเขาทั้งนโยบายการคลังที่กระตุ้นเศรษฐกิจแล้วก็นโยบายการเงินที่มีเสถียรภาพมากขึ้นนะคะแล้วก็ถ้าดูตัว Leverage Ratio เองนะคะก็ถือว่ามีการปรับตัวมาพีคในปี 2015-2016 Default เนี่ยในปี 2018 ก็น้อยลงไปนะคะแล้วก็ JP Morgan ก็คาดว่าตัว Default เนี่ยในปีนี้นะคะของตัว High Yield เองเนี่ยก็จะอยู่แค่ 2.5% เท่ากับปีที่แล้วก็คือปี 2018 นะคะถามว่าตอนนี้ปัจจัยอะไรที่น่าจะมีอานิสงส์บ้างนะคะก็มีทางธนาคารกลางสหรัฐนะคะที่เวทแอนซีในเรื่องของอัตราดอกเบี้ยนโยบายนะคะในปี 2019 นะคะเรื่องของผลตอบแทนที่ดึงดูดนะคะโดย China High Yield เองนะคะผลตอบแทนที่เป็น yield เนี่ยนะคะอยู่ที่ 8.08% มากกว่าตัวเอเชียบอนด์ตัวอื่นนะคะแล้วก็ทางด้านของ systematic risk เองก็ลดน้อยลงด้วยนะคะก็เป็นภาพรวมที่นำมาฝากกันนะคะ Thank you very much Mr. James